I essentially ran a marathon on a broken leg last year. It wasn't on purpose, it wasn't good, it's not a good idea.
Oh my God, it's so painful.
It's like 1,000,000,000 degrees though, it's a wrong choice to wear a long sleeve black dress. Full of good ideas, me. And it was just a result of the relentless training I was doing. I wasn't letting up, I was just pushing and pushing because it was like I was set free. I had some health issues really related to like stress, so I quit that job, and then as soon as I felt free, I was like, I can run. And then just overdid it. Surprised? I don't think anyone's surprised. The hard truth is I completely ignored the pain. I just pushed through it. I didn't care because I needed the mental space, the mental clarity that running gave me. So I pushed all the physical elements aside and was like, oh, I'll just deal with it, don't worry about it. I'll still get round, I can still do this, I can still do that. And it never ends well, so I don't recommend doing that. And I broke. As a result, I absolutely broke. Not only did I lose the thing I loved, but I lost myself massively along the way as well. Because I could process anything after that. I lost a lot. This time was different, you know, I didn't want to be doing that anymore. I didn't want that to be my story, and to keep in this burnout cycle as well, it's just, it becomes pretty much a joke with my friends and my family, like, yeah, I'm burnt out again. So I've decided to do it a bit differently, and I think I've found a way to do it. I'm going in with more values than I am outcomes, essentially. If I don't finish, I don't finish. If I can't finish even the training and I want to go into a half marathon, that's fine too. None of this actually matters, does it? The result doesn't matter. Whether I'm first, last, or never finish. I'm meant to just enjoy it along the way, and I've completely forgot about that. I think a lot of us do. So I had a pre-plan to test the iron, to test the burnout, to test the hip. That was ran for about, no pun intended, 4-5 weeks, and I have just now finished that. I moved on to the first week of training officially for the marathon, which is a 3-month block, and it's going really well. I'm not saying I've solved it, not by any means, but I am trying, and I think that's what matters. Everything I've done before has always come with so much pressure, not from anyone but myself. I'm so tired today, but we are doing it anyway. Gotta do it anyway, gotta keep pushing. Because I think I have a point to prove, or a reputation to maintain, or something, as the girl that always trains, the girl that runs too hard, the girl that runs too far, or keeps burning out. Like, instead of attaching myself to that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this completely differently and see how this works. I'm not accepting that anymore. And that's been hard, and I've needed running in order to process that. So it's like a feed in this thing. Such a healing place. You can't be stressed here, unless you watch bleeps at you. The best part about it, honestly, is usually by week 5, week 6, I am depleted. I'm usually really tired and struggling at this point because I've gone too hard for too long. But as of this moment, like, I am still raring to go. I'm still like chomping at the bit, going, I've not had enough yet. I've got to keep going, and that is what I've got to keep. And it's so hard to keep yourself disciplined like that. To be able to just take the little bits, I take half an hour yesterday, I take an hour and a half at the weekend, I'll take this time, and restrict it and not push it, just accept that's all you can do, because if you do any more, you're gonna fuck it up for yourself. I've always followed training plans, but I've also, I bet you do this, like the sat nav, well, what was a sat nav, like Google Maps now, if it says it'll take an hour, you always try and race it. We all try and beat it, and we go, no, I can get there quicker, but I can beat the sat nav. That's what I do with training. And if it asks me to stay in zone 2, I'll be like, oh no, I'll just go on the edge of zone 2, so it's like I'm a faster zone 2. It doesn't matter, just stay in zone 2. It really doesn't matter. This came from a lot of honestly a lot of journaling, a lot of figuring out why I run, what I get out of it, why do I keep repeating this cycle and when does it appear. And honestly, it's a lot of inner work of figuring out why I repeat these cycles, what I'm trying to get out of training, why do I run long distances in the first place, because they're just difficult. So it came about just understanding that, and then understanding the patterns and how I then stop it and change it and choose a different way of training, different way of making decisions. And that is honestly what I've been working so hard on, and that's why I've kept it so sacred. And running for me these past 5-6 weeks, and I've made it my sacred space of it's just me and my thoughts and how I want to show up, and that isn't ready, you know, I'm not ready to put that on a camera yet. So I kept it sacred and I kept it for me until I could figure out where I wanted to be, and I could make sure that I was happy with, you know what, this marathon might be my slowest marathon ever, but at least I'll do it, and I'll do it in a new way of being. I'll do it in a completely new way that I've ever done it before, and I don't see that being a failure and making me slow. I don't see it having an outcome that way. It's a lot of, and you really don't realise that sport asks this much of you, I think. A lot of people just go, oh, yeah, I'll just turn up and I'll run, or I'll turn up and do it. And I'm like, but if you actually do it, it's so good for self-development, because you figure out exactly who you are. And what I really love about these sort of long distances, if you want to talk to God, the universe, or whatever you believe in, run a marathon. If you want to speak to your soul, run an ultra. And having honestly ran a couple now, that is so true. There is one I completely met my soul on my first ultra I ever did. It was really screaming at me, like, why are you asking permission to stop? Just stop asking everyone else if it's okay if you do something. And I didn't want to stop, but I was in that much pain. It's just, but my head went to, well, it's only okay to stop if other people tell me to stop. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. But these are the sort of cycles you find yourself getting into, and that's why, honestly, running, yeah, it's good for your heart, it's good for your body, but it's so good for your mind. It's the truth friend. It just doesn't let you hide from your bad habits. It will just put them front and center, and it will destroy you, so you listen to it. Sounds great, doesn't it? It gives you space as well from people or anything, like you're in the forest, you're running, and it's just you, and you have to rely on yourself, and you figure out whether you can or you can't. That's a big thing. I think that's kind of why I like the longer distances too, because there's no one out there but you. And it's not like, you know, a half marathon, you can get around it. You struggle to get around an ultra, you struggle to get around a marathon. If you haven't trained for it, you haven't looked after yourself, you won't be able to do it. So this is me right at the cusp of a new training block. I'm not here to do it perfectly. I'm not here not to make mistakes. It's not to prove anything. It's literally just to come back to something that I love. And if I can figure something else about myself along the way, fantastic. But I just want to have fun. I just want to remember what it's like to generally love the sport for what it is. And now I've got 3 months of trying to remember and probably crying about it and everything else. Come that race day, when I finish, get that medal, it'll all be worth it, and then I sign up for my ultra. We're actually running where I last run this route and I saw like 50 nudists. So I'm running the same route. It's a little bit chillier today, so hopefully I don't run into them again, because that was something, let me tell you. I hate seeing this sign. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. The nudists were all up here. It's good to see, it's a cloudy day, that they're not here. That's good. I have a serious amount of energy now from that run. Like, serious amount of energy. Ah!